We're really grateful to receive this award and be acknowledged with the corporate leadership mantra. We are the global leader in offshore wind. We have approximately 30% of the global installed offshore wind globally, and we have the largest lease areas in the U.S. and the most won projects so far. There's a lot of things we can do, again, from a leadership standpoint on the supply chain development, on the labor relations. As a market leader, you have more influence on things like that. Quite frankly, we can help influence policy in a way that makes sense and make sure that we are good neighbors to all the other users of the ocean. We saw the U.S. market getting more primed and ready to get started, and we brought a small team over here about 5 or 6 years ago to start working on the offshore opportunities in the U.S. As we saw the prices coming down, we saw other market factors coming into play that made sense for offshore wind to be successful in the U.S. Major ways that we can green the grid with clean, renewable energy in a big way in the northeastern part of the U.S. So renewables, onshore wind, solar, offshore wind, those are ways to get green, clean, renewable energy onto our electricity grid in the U.S. People always think of offshore wind, they think about the offshore part of it, but there's onshore part of it as well. We've got to get the power on land and connect it to the grid, so we have an onshore substation. So you've got all of the offshore activities, which are primarily in federal waters and driven by federal permitting and regulatory processes, which are quite complex, to be honest. It's a big infrastructure industry, actually. So we're talking about steel bending, concrete, marine activity, shipbuilding, and then all the operation support for the 25 plus years of a life of a wind project, 30, 35 years. With our partner Eversource, we own quite a few of the New England lease areas, and so we're working together with them to develop plans for workforce development, and we've got different activities and grants and things to help make sure that the workforce is trained. The states, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, 100% renewable in Rhode Island, they're really driving this. They see the value. It's these state policies that are really the pull effect right now. But I still think that we can control the demand as individual consumers, and that we can be the voice that helps continue to drive this change forward. So I'm just excited to be a part of Ørsted and to be executing things that when I look back in 15 or 20 years, when I retire, hopefully it's something that I can be really proud of, the accomplishment that we made and the transition that we helped forge for the U.S. energy sector.